All right, this is a recording on how to use canned responses with filters inside of Gmail. So you should have already learned how to make a canned response. If not, go through that tutorial first. So what you're going to need to do is go up to the settings gear in the top right and choose settings. From here, we're going to work in the filters and blocked addresses. When you are in this section, there's a small little link called create a new filter, and that's what we want to choose. You have a bunch of different options on how you like to filter this. Subject line often works the best because you can specifically train your students to have a specific subject based on how you might want to filter an email. So for example, I don't think I spelled that right. Letter of recommendation. So then I'm going to create a filter with this search, and then I have a bunch of other options. Oftentimes when you have these filters, you may not want to actually read the actual email that they're sending because you're going to automate a reply email. So send a canned response and reply, and you already need to have your canned response created. Letter of recommendation reply. If I don't want to read this email later, I'm going to skip my inbox. I could also apply it to a certain label. Maybe I have a label called letter of recommendation that I apply that to, and then I create my filter. And just like that, whenever you get an email from a student or anyone that has that specific subject line, you can reply back with a canned response. There's lots of different options for how you might use this. You could use this in a web quest where you have students send you a specific email that has a subject line that's very specific so that you can give them the next step of their web quest. You might have a specific subject line for different classes, and that's going to be how you filter out your work that's coming in. And then based on which class they're in, you give them a different reply. So there's lots of different options. Think about how you might use it. It does have some utility in our classroom.